And there we have it, people. The final match day of the season. Match day 29 and 30. And what a journey has been. Right from match day one, we've seen some things that will forever go down in our memories as, of course, some of the best when it comes to the Nigerian Pro Clubs League. Season 2 has definitely been one to remember. But the stream is quite late because the games did start late. But for the final games, let's get into it already.
Like I'm seeing crazy score lines for our final games, and I think that's how the league has gone so far. Today, you won't hear me casting directly because we are just going to be reminiscing on some of the games that we've enjoyed. And currently, one of the games that is, I think that's for the match day 30s game, Nova Aura, and then Nameless Chaos already. They started battling. I mean, 7-0 scoreline. That's how good Nameless Chaos have been. Their season have been very, very good. And you'd expect that next season coming into it, they'll be able to put in performances that really, really makes them title contenders. Even though they've secured that fourth position finish, you kind of feel like they could have done better. But that's how the Nigerian Pro Clubs League is. Look at what Toka FC just came to do in their first season here. It tells you how competitive it's been. Toka FC certainly assembled one of the best teams ever, and they've come in with really, really strong contention, and they've also ended up winning the league in total. It's already 8 goals from Nameless Chaos already. I've got where that the other games are starting as well. I mean, for all of the teams that did make their way into Pro Club action this season, you kind of feel like some teams were really well established. Like Get Club, very, very established. I'm seeing two ways in which this season really didn't go well for them. They did actually play well, just losing one time the whole of the season to eventual winners. So it definitely took them right down to the wire. Batoka FC, what a performance they did put in. You're currently watching the live stream of final match day 29 and 30 of the Nigerian Pro Clubs League with Nameless Chaos running away with this one. 8-0 winners. It looks like they want to add the night open space for Noni, who's just been an excellent player the whole of the season so far. He's definitely left his imprint on this season, and it looks like we'll be seeing a lot more of him possibly next season when it begins. Architect and space to find the night, and it will go in that time from Rhymes to secure the night of the day. What a way to close the season for Nameless Chaos after putting in, I mean, some of the performances that you kind of tell that they were one of the few teams that pushed the teams in the top four. And kudos to them. They've really made good use of their time here. You kind of feel like next season, if they do put in the work, we should see them really, really take the fight to Toka and get club. But all we like to say is we appreciate everybody who tuned in this season. Even though we didn't have all of the streams as smoothly as possibly the way we wanted to have them, it was still very, very enjoyable. Nameless Chaos currently sitting in fourth place, already secured that position with 64 points, and they will secure the 3 points on the final match day as well. A big kudos to them making that one happen. So that is the fixtures for match day 29 and 30. Carries FC and Afro Panda are supposed to also do battle. Forget Club causes last but one game of the season. They'll face JP Goons, Big Guns, and Agbado. Effortless will play GG Arena, Nameless, and overall we just on our screens. Nameless winning that one by whooping 9 goals to 0. KD Sports and Phoenix VFC, and eventual champions Toka FC and FanQuest Pro. Toka, it's been a while since we saw them, and well, we saw them earlier in the season. They did show us why a lot of people were speaking about them. A lot of people rated them so highly, and they've been able to walk the talk and, of course, back all of the chatter as well. Match day 30, Nameless Girls are supposed to play KD Sport to see if we get the live coverage of that one as well. Toka FC and Effortless are also supposed to lock on for their final game of the season, too. So, all in all, I mean, the summation of the season just tells us that some of the games that we've seen so far have been chaotic. We saw games that ended in like what 6-5. I quite remember that Get Club game. Was it against Agbado sometime back where they really really played in a tight one. They couldn't. I mean, Agbado couldn't finish off because they were leading at a point. But that's how good these guys and when you give them chances like that, they will punish you. I'm just making sure that we get another game on board. I'm hearing that Kerry's FC and Afro Pandas League match is also starting. We'll see how it's also going on over there. I'll assess everybody's season as in we're expecting that some of the teams will perform well. Like Big Guns, I was expecting them to perform well. Like like Get Clubbed as well. We're expecting them to perform well, and for sure they have performed well. But some of the teams as well, disappointing seasons. For those who just came into the league for the very first time, like Kerry's, like Agbado, you might just give them a pass a little bit. But sometimes it does happen. And Nigerian Pro Clubs League has taught us one thing: you cannot waste your chances. I'm also getting whether our champions are in the building now. Let's turn our attentions now to Toka FC and Effortless FC. Toka's final game of the season. These guys have definitely put in the work, deserving all of course, the accolades that will go their way. And I'm expecting that this final game they also finish it very, very strongly. We'll go into that matchup now. Toka FC. Well, we just got on a straight right on. They've given us a reason. They've given us a huge reason to call them champions already. Opening the scoring with a nice finish in there. That's the way to do it, people. Toka FC up by a goal to nil pretty early. Mind you, this is how they've been playing all season, like fast-paced attacks. We've seen them also put in performances that have really gone beyond doubt. Because the whole of the season they didn't drop a single game. That's how good these guys have been. Like they've been so good so far. You kind of feel like you just knew that was going to be difficult for someone to stop them. The only team that gave them a chance, a run for their money, was last season's champions, Get Club. And then that first leg in which they played, where they played out that draw, that 0-0 draw, you just knew that if Get Club couldn't take any points off of them, like actually beat them, then there was nobody who could do it. And they'll finish the season strongly. Toka FC. Real me, that left flank, he's been a promising one to watch already. Farouk Manzo, I mean, watching them play is just such a joy. The way they attack, the togetherness on defense as well. They've put in a strong shift, and they certainly deserve to be here. Effortless though haven't had a bad season themselves, you know. Effortless, they've really impressed me. One of the teams that did impress me the whole of the season because nobody really gave them a chance to finish as high as they did, finishing third on the league log. At a point in time, they were the ones actually occupying that first position where we saw the huge leap from Get Clubbed and Toka SC to overtake them. So for Effortless, finishing third place with 74 points is not a bad one at all. They also lost 6 games in the whole of the just lost 2 games, sorry, in the whole of the season. So it wasn't a bad one at all for them as well. Two teams who definitely deserve all of their flowers in all of the ways that they can. Remember that in this season the prize pool was 3 million naira, and so far we know that Toka FC are getting the chunk of it. Toka FC are certainly getting the chunk of it. Stay tuned to the GG Arena channel, of course. Later, we'll definitely have the final stream where we'll be awarding the best player of the season, the top goal scorer, the team of the season as well. And there's quite a number of players that make a good shot. I know Kemfedi from that left back position in Toka FC will certainly make a good shot. Melvu, maybe effortless to raffle the champions feathers one more time before we call it quits on this season. There's one aspect of the game that I kind of feel like Toka actually really did a great job from defending set pieces. Oh, they nearly conceded from that one. That time the header just going wide off the post. But I mean, if we are speaking of the team that was resolute in defense, it's got to be Toka. It's got to be Toka. They weren't the team that scored a lot of goals because they finished the season with plus 91 goal difference, or can actually make it plus 92 because they're up by a goal. But Get Clubbed, they finished with 127 plus 127. That's like averaging like 5 goals per game. That's how good those guys were, and they didn't even finish as champions. The competitiveness of this league was just out of this world. But kudos to FLS as well. They definitely gave us a really, really good show. For Nameless Chaos, I was very, very impressed with them as well. We just saw them also win their game 9 goals to 0. What a way to close out your season. Very, very impressive from them too. We'll be checking out the other games that are also going on. I'm getting where that Kerry's FC have also started already in this matchup where I think they're facing Phoenix. Phoenix also another new team in the system where it's been rough. There've been some really strong rough patches for them, but I always like to give a pass to the newly created teams. I mean, they're coming into a league where they're already well established teams. There are teams making huge transfers. There are teams like Get Club who maintained all of their core players like Adefola and Co. And you've got to go against these guys. It's always going to be a tall order finishing high up in the standings. But Phoenix VXC, I mean, finishing 13th, not the best, but there's more room for improvement from them solidly. But another team that we'll have to give major props to is on Solid, a team that finished bottom of the table. They finished 12th this time around, so that is a strong leap from them. I'm expecting that next season they can carry on from here. Another team that I'm disappointed in actually is GG Arena, because last season, GG Arena FC, last season they were the first team, like the very first team to take points of the eventual champions last season in Get Club. They played I think a 2-all draw against them, and they kind of set the league into motion where everybody was now looking closely at, okay, now we've taken the points of the league leaders at the time, Get Club. Can another team do it? And Big Guns also went on their run that created that whole euphoria around last season. So GG Arena, disappointing season from them, finishing 10th, losing 16 games. That was just too much, and on a minus 27 goal difference. That is not GG Arena FC standard at all. From what we saw last season, this season was definitely a downgraded one, finishing with 32 points. Afro Panda also a newly created side. I think out of all of the newly created sides, it's possibly after Talker, of course. Talker did go on to win the league, but Agbado also puts in a very, very strong shift. They've done an extremely good job finishing in the top half of the table, seventh position, 42 points. That was really, really great to watch them. Everybody joining the stream right now. This is the final match day 29 and 30 of the Nigerian Pro Clubs League Season 2. As we'll see, Dayo get a chance at goal, but the defense did some really cool work in that one. Frank had to possibly finish this first half with a second goal to go, and that's just trademark Toka and the way they've played all season. Well, Kenfedi wanted to get his name on the score sheet as well that time, just blazing it over the bar. We'll see how things are going on elsewhere too. Let's check on Kerry's FC and how they are doing in their game. I'm getting where that their game is also has also begun. Currently goalless in that matchup. Kerry's FC in their game against Agbado, one of the teams that I was praising earlier, Agbado. I mean, first time in the league, making sure that they've left a statement, they've made a mark. These are one of the teams that we've also got to really, really give credit to. They've put in the shift. All of their players are usually on time. We usually get streams from them, and so I have to commend the teams that actually stream their games, that make their games available for the live broadcast. So it is always very good to commend these teams because they made our jobs as the casters and the broadcasters much more easier for us. So kudos to them as well. Agbado and Kerry's FC, they've definitely also made, of course, their games watching with our Agbado will play out from the back coolly. It's also been one feature from them this season. They finished with a minus 13 goal difference, but possession wise, they usually finish in the high 50s. They're always dominating possession and everything. So kudos to them as well. They definitely put in a shift. For Carries FC, mixed bag from them. Last season they were here, and it's kind of another mid-table season, mid-table performance because currently they are in that 11th spot, even though they could leap above GG Arena with GG Arena's games coming up against FOLS, because of course GG Arena versus FOLS, we could see a huge um, change in how the table is looking like. So for Carries FC, it's a huge opportunity for them to possibly finish in the top 10 too. But another mid-table season from them. It's kind of like their identity now. Um, the team that can pull off surprises sometimes, but this is usually where they find themselves in. So no knock on them, but they've definitely also put in a really good shift in the Nigerian Pro Clubs League season too. I'm hoping that next season they can also elevate their game and possibly make that top half of the table possibly and the seventh position, sixth position will definitely be one to remember for them. Agbado with Bunny this time around. Over the top two balls, another move that has been really critically looked at from all of the teams in the season. Every single team plays through this. Well, that's the way to close it out. Carries FC with a fine finish from distance. Beautiful finesse into the back of the net as they open the scoring. I mean, these guys want to finish in the top 10. It's probably part of the objectives for this season. Well, and that's the way to go about it. They lead Agbado by a goal to nil. Carries FC finishing the season really strongly. We'll check on our champions now, our newly crowned champions in the Nigerian Pro Clubs League. And it seems like our champions are faring well. They want to finish with that 100%, we'll call it a 99% record because, of course, they did drop points in that draw against Get Club, but the whole of the season, not dropping a single game. And they want to continue that streak as well. It's been an intense, a massive season from the first time in the season. Of course, they did assemble the Avengers, but there was still doubts, and the questions were asked: could they play together? The likes of Farouk, the likes of Killer Free, the likes of Ryomi, the likes of Kenny, would they be able to mesh? Would they be able to fit together? And the league has definitely given us one answer. They can, and they can do that spectacularly. Not dropping a single game, not losing a single game up till now. It's just one feat that you've always got to applaud, Lord, for effortless. Rafe, another guy who's gone underrated in this team. And you know what? To be honest with you, for Toka SC, we usually praise, of course, the big names like Farouk, Kenny, and all of the guys who've been putting in their shifts. And I know they've been putting in their shifts, but it's usually the guys who don't have the big names. They're the ones doing the dirty work. They're the ones scraping for the balls. They're the ones covering the areas when they need to. They're the ones protecting the goalie and everything. And Sidney Tucker and goal has also been impressive. I remember one of their games, he definitely put on a show for them. I think that was also against Agbado. That game went straight right down to the wire. It's the reason why they haven't lost a single game. It's the reason why they do not concede too many goals. Their goalkeeper has been excellent. And for all of you who were saying that Sidney Tucker couldn't be a part of this team, it is his team. So he definitely made a strong effort of being in goal, and he surely made a strong contribution to his team's winnings as well. Real mate. Another player who's heavily contributed to the success of the team, Farouk with space, and look how good these guys are on the break with some space to work with. You play right back into Kenny, yo. Well worked move. The champions. Just one thing to put the icing on the cake on what has been a spectacular season from them. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Maybe it's the Mayo going to try to possibly get the champions to drop some more points before we close the season out. It's 2-1 now. We're just 8 minutes to go. Remember that Toka SC haven't lost a single one. If you just join me, this is the live broadcast of the Nigerian Pro Class League Season 2. My name is Slimo. I was your host and caster. throughout the whole of the season. Of course, midway through the season, we had Priest who did an excellent job of course, broadcasting the stream with me as well. Talker with another chance. They weren't going to make their record slip up at all. These guys are going to finish with a banger. It's 3 goals to 1 now. They will finish the season flawless. They will finish the season with a 99 success rate. And with just 5 minutes to go, these guys reminding us why the hype was all about them. The talk was all about them. The chatter was all about them. And they've come and they've snatched the crown from Gear Club. Maybe a last goal to finish it, hold its pass. Just can't break through that defense. But I mean, I've literally run out of accolades for them. They've just been so good this year. They'll find space again with Khalifa, the man who just got a third goal to seal all of the 3 points they're fighting for it. Look at them. Come on. These guys have already won the league and they are still hungry for goals. That's the kind of mentality that this team has got. And that is why they are where they are currently, effortless. So maybe get final goal, even though it's just too late. But hey, getting a goal against the champions is not ill advised at all. Jay, and that will be the end of proceedings. Toka FC finishing the season with a plum. And that's how the champions do it. Match day 30. 29 out of 30. Nah, this is just something else. This is just amazing work from Toka FC, making sure that they finish the season strongly, making sure that they leave their imprint on the season. And well, I'm guessing that's that now. All of the games now wrapped up in what has been a tremendous season. For myself and everybody on the production team here at GG Arena and the Nigerian Pro Clubs League, we would like to say a huge shout out to everybody who made their way to the stream, everybody who streamed their games, everybody on the teams who streamed their games. That was excellent things from you. Really did appreciate all of the
The
efforts
effort
on
on
making
making
that
that
one
one
possible.
possible.
But
But
that's
that's
how
how
we'll
we'll
call
call
it
it
quits,
quits,
or
or
that's
that's
how
how
we'll
we'll
call
call
it
it
a
a
day
day
for
for
what
what
has
has
been
been
a
a
tremendous
tremendous
season.
season.
30
30
match
match
days
days
of
of
just
just
excellent
excellent
action
action
brought
brought
to
to
you
you
the
the
live
live
stream
stream
on
on
Mondays
Mondays
and
and
Thursdays.
Thursdays.
And
And
if
if
this
this
is
is
your
your
first
first
time
time
here
here
on
on
the
the
last
last
day
day
of
of
the
the
season,
season,
then
then
all
all
I've
I've
got
got
to
to
say
say
to
to
you
you
is
is
next
next
season
season
be
be
here
here
and
and
be
be
here
here
early
early
to
to
enjoy
enjoy
all
all
of
of
the
the
action.
action.
For
For
myself,
myself,
Simon,
Simon,
and
and
everybody
everybody
at,
of
of course,
course,
GG
GG
Arena,
Arena
would
would
like
like
to
to
say
say
a huge
huge
thank
thank
you.
you.
But
But
it's
it's
going
going
to
to
be
be
bye
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 from
from
us
us
here
here
at
at
GG
GG
Arena.
Arena.
Stay
Stay
safe
safe
out
out
there.
there. We'll
We'll surely
surely
bring
bring
you
you
the
the
results
results
of
of
the
the
best
best
player
player
of
of
the
the
season,
season,
the
the
top
top
goal
goal
scorer,
scorer,
and
and
everything
everything
involved
involved
with
with
the
the
Nigerian
Nigerian
Pro
Pro
Clubs
Clubs
League
League
Season
Season
2.
2.
Congratulations
Congratulations
to
to
Talker
Talker
FC.
FC.
You
You
guys
guys
definitely
definitely
made
made
everybody
everybody
enjoy
enjoy
the
the
games
games
coming
coming
on.
on.
See
See
you
you
next
next
season.
season.